Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sarah? Here. Neil?
Here.
Betty? Chris?
Here.
Hank? All accounted for.
And my apologies for the formatting of the agenda. I did not have access to a good computer. Moving on, we'll open the floor to public comment.
Paul Doss on
Does
radio.
anybody have a timer? I don't have
It's not going to take 5 months.
a timer.
Anyway, understand the paychecks were late again this month. Prior to that, the union contract, it was just an inconvenience for the town guys. Now, it costs us $400, according to the union contract, $100 each per fine. As a taxpayer, I'd like to know where this money and where it's gonna come from to pay this fine. And second of all, it doesn't take a brain trust. If Sarah can't make, because of her schedule, no matter what it is, personal, business, or whatever, you have a deputy supervisor that's retired, can sign the checks and deliver them to the town barn. It would relieve you running around if you can't make it. He's retired. There's no reason in the world that you can authorize him to pick those checks up and get them to Artie Logan in time so this doesn't reoccur. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Any other comments? Any comments before we close? Okay, then we need the motion to close public comment. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Moving on to reports. Artie.
All right, gonna be short and sweet. Since last month, we finished hauling in the sand. While the weather was nice, we continued to cut shoulders and ditch and fix spots along the roads that could cause damage to the truck during the winter months. We repaired several bumps and little dips over top of culverts on both town and some county roads to make the path a little smoother. We've been doing maintenance on trucks. This is the time of year when we look them over real close and do annual maintenance on the trucks before the busy season with plowing with them. Plow harnesses were all put back on, and with the anticipated snow tomorrow, we spent the last couple days getting the plows and everything, and sanders all ready to go, and so we should be good to go when we get snow tomorrow. That's all I got. What you guys got from weather?
Those standard road, those roads that you repaired, the bumping around, the one that goes across the pass,
Which one?
and Tigard.
Oh, you do that. We did a couple on Con Road, did a couple on Dillonbeck Road. They were just, the culverts had settled a little bit and we had bumps.
You know what I mean, and Tigard. They pointed out those.
Oh, no, that was there.
Great, thank you.
Art, I saw you fixed did you fix the culvert on that unpaved section of Gerhardt's? I saw you painted or something up there where the culvert is and the fence. You took out a fence or something?
On Gerhart?
Yeah, Gerhardt's. Down in the seasonal part.
On Hickory Hill Road end, we did,
Oh, okay.
on Hickory Hill Road end, we.
Because someone
fixed
took out a
over.
piece of fence and painted the post orange by the culvert. I thought that was you guys
No,
cleaned
that
up
must have
there.
been a snowmobile club or something.
Okay,
Wasn't
probably
us.
make sure no one hits it or
Yeah,
something.
no, it wasn't us. We did a little shoulder work along Hickory Hill Road, and
Yeah, I saw
that was a
that.
real bad, deep corner that couldn't mow good, so we took the dirt that we took off the road and filled that corner a little nicer, so it's a nicer radius for us.
Have we, did you get any chance to look about possibly doing some leasing of?
I did. It was real quick. I talked to one person, and he said there are towns doing it, but I don't have a lot of information on it yet.
Okay.
And what I believe it is, though, it's essentially just a loan. Because like the John Deere deal with John Deere municipal lease, you lease it for so many years, but you own it when you're done. So essentially, all you're doing is bonding or borrowing money to buy it, and they're calling it a lease. Just, it breaks your payment, you know, instead of
So you couldn't, it's not like you can say, here,
give it back.
give it back in 2
As
years.
far as I know, but don't
Okay.
hold me to that, I'm gonna check into that a
That's
little
okay.
closer for next month.
Okay, well, no, we've been
Yeah, it's been a
talking
couple
about
weeks,
it.
I just been
That's
busy.
all right.
That's okay.
No, we're just
I'll
asking
check
if we
it.
could do something.
No, but as far as I know, like the John Deere deal, with the John Deere equipment, it's, they call it a municipal lease.
Okay.
It's real low interest loan is what it is.
I see.
And you lease it for so many years, and at the end of the payments, you own it.
I
Probably
see.
pay
Okay.
twice as much.
Never heard of it.
Right?
No, it's actually just a real low interest, like 1 or 2%. Like bonding rates are low right now
Sure,
too.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's more or less just spreading the payments out over a number of years.
Yeah, we
rather
just
than-
want to give it back when it's done.
Yeah, but as far as I know, I don't think that's the case. It's not like leasing a personal vehicle, leasing a car for 3 years and you give it back. I don't think it's like that,
Okay.
but I'm gonna check into it to be sure.
If you would, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
absolutely.
I saw that Ritchie, I was looking at the Ritchie auction site, they just, New Hampshire DOT got rid of like 100 trucks 2 weeks ago, and I was surprised that they did that, so. Really nice stuff. Okay, thanks, Art, I
No problem.
appreciate that.
No problem.
Good luck tomorrow, huh?
Do you feel
Yeah,
that,
let's hope it's warm enough. We can just get-
do you feel that you accomplished what your goals that you set in the spring to get done in this summer? Do you feel you got?
Oh, yeah,
where
we
you wanted to
you know,
be?
we got it was a good summer, you know, we got our
Good.
payment done, we got everything done that, you know, we're ahead a little bit on, you know, we did, because the weather was so nice, we got some more shoulder work done than we thought we were gonna get done. You know, we've already started some tree work, very little, but we have done, you know, we had a tree down, we take the chipper out and do a couple while we were right there, rather than just running out and doing that one tree that fell or whatever,
Mhm.
but, you know,
Saw a guy on a mower today.
yeah, we're just mowing everything one time,
One
just
more time, you know?
just along the road, because it helps keep drifts off the road.
Okay.
You can get the
For
grass
every
down,
reason,
the
as
snow
I'm sure
blow
you
across
know.
rather than drifting off the grass.
Right.
Good,
Um,
okay.
He's wearing full Carhartt.
I saw him, he looked a little cold.
It was his choice. I told him, you want to do it or not? He goes, yeah, I'll do it. So,
Okay.
I just wondered, you know, if you were able to accomplish what your goals were
Yeah,
in the spring.
we're on
You're
track.
on track with
Yeah.
where you wanted to be. And that's
Yeah,
all
well,
I'm
like I say,
interested in.
We got October snow coming. You know, it's a
Yeah.
little early.
Oh,
for
yeah,
me
it's
for
a
snow.
little-
I don't want
little
snow yet,
early.
but We'll
We're
deal with it.
prepared and ready to roll.
Yeah, and you know, once, if this is the only blast of snow we get for another couple weeks, we'll go back to doing some more road work, you know.
Okay.
Some more, you know, shouldering or whatever. You know, we did an emergency repair on Sunray Road the other day. You know, just stuff like that don't bother us.
Okay, very good.
Thanks, Art.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheryl?
Okay, last month I had one dog pickup, which was actually a deceased dog that was down on the railroad tracks and had to be taken to the vets to be cremated. It actually laid there for a week before I got a call, so, and it was a 200-pound Saint Bernard.
Oh.
It was not a nice situation. I also handled 2 complaints. I had 2 calls of lost dogs, both of which were found. I completed 1 rabies case from last month, and I just started another one today. I issued 11 10-day notices for non-renewal of license, and on October 5th, I had my yearly ag and market inspection, and that went well. I turned in paperwork for that also.
One question, Cheryl. When you run up against something like this, like you did with this large dog, is there anybody to help you?
I actually had to get help. I mean, I
I'm
weigh
sure.
107
I mean,
pounds of dog,
very
weigh
large
over
dog.
200. So, and I actually had to transport it in my own vehicle, which is an enclosed vehicle,
Yeah.
which was not nice. I mean, so,
Do we have county sanitation in the sense of like a medical officer or anything like that that you're aware of? Because that would be a very virulent thing to transport. I would
oh, it was
think.
terrible, absolutely
Sure.
horrible.
But I mean, there could be health problems with the transportation of it.
I mean, Mark Brody's our health officer, correct?
Is that county level?
I mean, I don't know what.
Maybe we can find someone with a little utility trailer so you don't have to do that.
Something so you don't have to put it in your own.
Well,
vehicle.
I really don't want to have to put it in my own vehicle
Yeah.
again.
No,
It was absolutely
understandable.
horrendous.
Do we
I
own
mean,
a
I've been
trailer?
doing this job for 15 years, and that's like the worst thing so far that I've had to deal with.
Yeah,
You probably didn't
understood.
track down an owner or anything, right?
No, I spent hours, I mean, they wanted me to go, I got a call at work on Friday. And on Fridays, I close, so I don't get out of work till 7:30, 8 o'clock. And CSX was pushing that I get that dog out of there Friday night. And I mean, I've never been on the railroad tracks because I know you're not supposed to be down on the tracks. And I didn't feel that it was a safe situation. I really wasn't sure where the dog was, so I had to look for it and look for it. So I told the sheriff's department, it's like, I'm absolutely not going Friday night in the dark at 8 o'clock.
No.
So I ended up, and I had to find help. So I had to get something situated. I wasn't going to take this thing home with me. So I had to get something set up to take the dog once I got it, as quickly as possible, obviously, because of the situation. And so I went out 9 o'clock Saturday morning and took care of it. But I spent hours Friday night when I got out of work on the phone calling everybody in our township that had St. Bernards, and in turn they were calling everybody that they knew, because the dog was actually spotted in St. Johnsville. I had like an hour-long conversation with the train conductor, because it was actually the train conductor that made the complaint to his dispatcher, and then that dispatcher called the sheriff's department, and then they called me, because he actually saw that dog alive to begin with. And then he does the run from Albany to Buffalo, and on his return trip he saw the dog 5 miles down from where he first spotted it alive, dead on the tracks. So
Terrible.
Terrible.
So the roadkill,
If it's a county road, the county's supposed to take care of it.
and they have, so the county must have the equipment to
right,
take
but this
care
was on
of.
the tracks.
I know, but at least they have equipment that where they're taking care of old,
Generally, they just bury them right where they are.
oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They'll bring a grate all up and dig a hole wherever it is and put it in a hole and bury it right there.
Did CSX have a responsibility in this?
No,
Wow.
we're
Because-
responsible.
Because they said they didn't, or you know that?
Ag and Market says that we're responsible.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, okay.
Well, I'm sorry you went through that.
Sorry.
And the vet, the reason I had to pay for it, I paid that out of my checking account, was because the vet's office will not take a voucher for cremation. And I asked why, and the receptionist said she didn't know, that's just the rules. So I wrote a check and then turned it in on my voucher to be reimbursed. So that's what that $178.20 is
Yes.
for.
And you could, we also have a debit card, right?
Yeah, we have a debit card, yeah.
Well, this was Saturday morning, and I mean, on the spot, I had to move, I couldn't
Understood.
dilly-dally.
That was Dr. Shin.
Yeah.
Did he run a blood chemistry on the dog before he cremated it?
I do not believe so. They ran a chip test, and I mean, all he had to do was come out to the back of my Jeep and he could have got that sample. But it was nasty.
Thank you, and
Thank you.
that sounds
Taken care of. Very difficult problem.
really nasty. All right, and Leanne has her written report here. The exemptions are all out, so we'll need to start keeping track of making sure who, everybody's getting them in. She usually starts to get busy making the calls.
Right, and then she sets it up so if there's somebody that's housebound, homebound, that can't do it, she goes to them. And she usually sets up with the Amish
Yeah,
to
two
meet,
places.
and
three
a couple
places.
different places to get them all at once too.
Okay. And Cliff.
You got my report? Only one page, that's on building permits. If you remember last month, you almost had a full page on the CCs. That's gonna be happening next month. I had a couple that were done, and then last week I closed on another 6, but I didn't have time to get it down because I had the conferences this week on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so. We've got 3 new books added to our 9 new ICC books, all on wood framing, 1- and 2-story dwellings. The high wind load that we are in now, the snow load, and the seismic load. So they were nothing, cost the town nothing, because we do our reports and whatever they ask, and we're members in this box. So it was good. It was a good conference. Only one permit came in while I was gone, so that'll be taken care of on Monday.
Thank you, Cliff.
Thank you.
They making us do mandatory hurricane clips now?
Yes. Yep.
Yep, that's what I thought.
A lot of big changes, Cliff, from what we had.
On the wood framing, they're more or less giving us a formula to figure out exactly, really, to us, it's kinda waste of time, but, you know, we don't have time to make sure you put, 16 nails in a 4x8 sheet of gypsum board, you know, it's like, but it's getting, yeah, a lot of the older guys are not, they're not gonna play around, they're leaving. It's just so much now, they're throwing, like I said, we have our 9, and the one is 2014 electric codes. And then we just got these 3 added to the 9. So some have thickened up, some thinned out. So, but there's some changes, I think, but as time goes, in the next couple of months, before the new year, there's one on the property maintenance I want to bring to your attention.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cliff. Linda?
Nothing new, just same old thing every day, but I did get a chance today to get all but January's minutes on the website. And January, like I said, there's something, it's not, I don't know what it is, but I gotta find a way to get them into Word so I can get them on. It's not in Word, so I don't know how I didn't get them in Word, but I'll keep working on it and see if I can get it clear. But other than that, I got all the other minutes on the website today.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
know you experienced trouble with getting the agenda today. And I experienced problems with the thing from the county. It was sideways on my computer when I turned it, and all of a sudden, gone.
Yeah.
But
So-
between Neil and I, we got both the things we needed for tonight.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And planning board.
Good evening. From our last meeting, we had a subdivision approved. We got back the site plan for the Tice project approved by the county. About a month ago, actually before our last meeting, we had 2 of our board members go to Fort Plain for a comprehensive plan meeting. And we got back some information about that, how to go forward with a comprehensive plan. Our biggest project that we're working on right now is trying to get a law put together. Right now it's in the draft stages as far as a solar farm, commercial and residential solar law put into place.
Say thank you to the planning board for a lot of hard work and dedication to get these items in line. Thank you.
By the way, you make up a large proportion of our ordinance tonight. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thanks for all the work that went into it. It was incredibly well thought out and researched.
Thank you.
And I certainly appreciate it. And we're now in the process of working on the budget. But we did, and are planning to put aside some funding to take on a comprehensive plan process.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So we're just in the thick of budget season right now. In terms of process, we had our budget workshop. Kelly is incorporating the changes that we discussed as part of that meeting. Next, she needs to get a next version out of the, I guess at this point, it's the tentative. And then the board will need to make a final approval. Before the final approval happens, we need a public hearing. So I'd like to call a public hearing for November 10th at 6:30 p.m.
November 10th at 6:30.
What day of the week is it?
that's, I don't think we need the final approval. Actually, I think we also need a special meeting that night to approve the budget after.
Because our November meeting won't be before the 20th, right?
Right.
And it has to be approved before the 20th of November. So, yeah, it'd have to be, do you want to have a public hearing and
Special meeting.
and a special meeting?
Yeah, and so then that way, if anything comes up, if it turns, as part of the public hearing, and it turns out that we're not ready to approve a final budget, we still have 10 more days to make a final decision.
So this special meeting will be to approve the budget, if we're okay on the public hearing.
Yep.
Okay, so as long as I know it's gotta be a special meeting to approve the budget, okay?
Yeah, and just make it and, so we don't have to wait half an hour or something in between.
Yeah, no. Immediately following the public hearing.
Yeah, perfect. And any council comments?
Just reporting on the ethics board progress, we're trying to mentoring, I'm not a member of the committee, but one of our members has been very involved with transitioning some accounts, so we have a tentative meeting, should all be able to be there for the 12th of November, the 11th, I forget which, but the idea would be to see if we can make an agreement on actually finalizing everything we need to do to have the ethics committee operational.
Fantastic.
I got some. Okay, let's see. Art took care of one of mine, thank you, Art, on the leasing versus purchasing. Some months ago, we stopped approving our monthly minutes, and the associations of towns, a couple of months ago, actually had a long question and answer about approving minutes, and says we should approve, that process should happen, and we need to adopt a resolution to do so. So maybe we can take the wording from the association, I think it was 2 months ago or 3 months ago in the Association of Towns magazine, it was there about doing that. Let's
So
see.
I looked into that several months ago, and they didn't have template language, which is sort of what stopped it up. But if
Okay.
they, at this point, do have template language, and this is something that you'd like to pursue, then let them choose.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just didn't want to do it without saying, hey, go do it. Okay, I'd like to do that, thank you. Okay, I looked at at our tentative budget and what we have as income versus expenses for the justice, and our court is a losing proposition. We're probably several $1,000s in the hole every operating year, especially now that we found out we spend $1,100 on some software maintenance. But the money we get back in fines barely covers the salaries of the court, of the personnel. And I really think if we can't have a way to make some additional income, we should really see what consolidation would do in that fact, because why are we getting into things that we keep losing money? I mean, we're losing money taking on the county roads, which is my next thing I want to discuss, but I mean, I think we should take a serious look at costs and see if it's just this year's trend or if it's been a trend for several years. And the other thing is, I have not gotten anything back from the justice on the court renovations at this point, and I don't know what to say about it, but it's been 10 months, we've been playing around with it, and maybe he doesn't want it to happen, or...
I did run it through Ronnie Geiger, and he doesn't have a floor plan, but he just hasn't had a chance to put any kind of figures in or
Well,
an estimate.
I mean,
But he is working on it.
Yes, he told me that
Yeah.
today as well. And about sending some information to an architect.
Yeah.
He's taking pictures and measurements and
Yeah,
everything
so,
in here,
yeah.
so he is working.
He
on
was
it.
but
working on that as
we're a
of
year
today.
deep into this already without any movement.
Mhm.
So, I just wanted to mention